Hey, what's up guys and gals, my name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be talking about the game show You Bet Your Life. Now there's so much that's interesting about this game show. First of all, that the host of it is Groucho Marx. That is awesome into itself. And the fact that it began in 1950, which was basically the beginning of television. Yes, television was essentially invented in 1948, and there were shows before You Bet Your Life. But this was, you can say, the first game show with popular success, the first television show. And while it was adapted from a radio show, it grew into the popularity of a very successful game show that lasted over a decade. This was made and aired before I Love Lucy. So even though that show is probably more world-renowned, this essentially is the first popular show ever in the history of television, which is really, really cool. Some people would argue that, but I would say that is a surefire bet. And most importantly, I want to talk about these two little girls that made an appearance on You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx. And I was pretty much blown away when I found out who both of them are. Now, one of them looks a little bit familiar, but of course younger than I was expecting. But I was like, wait, I feel I've seen this woman before, or that is, this is the child version of this woman. Yes, you may be surprised to learn that this is Candace Bergman. Now, of course, Candace Bergman's father was Ed Bergman. He was, of course, a ventriloquist, and he also made an appearance in the same episode with his daughter, which is really, really cool. Of course, you may know Candace Bergman from a lot of TV shows. Most importantly, her most popular one, Murphy Brown. She had her whole, of course, sitcom television show in the 1990s and even in the 80s, and she was well known for that. Now, this appearance was in 1958 when Candace, known at that time as Candy Bergen, and she was 11 years old. Now, as I mentioned, she appeared with her father, but who was the other little girl next to her? Now, she was dark-haired, much like Groucho, and that was not by accident. That is because she was actually Groucho Marx's daughter, which is pretty cool to see both of them together. I guess, honestly, I never would have thought Murphy Brown and Groucho Marx's daughter would have been together. But yes, this is exactly what happened. Groucho's daughter's name is Melinda. Appearing along, the girls did a song and dance number as well, and they played the game on behalf of the Girl Scouts, and they actually won 4 questions between them. They actually played Ed along with Groucho and the two girls. They answered questions that are supposedly not prepared before, and it was really fun to look and listen to them. Of course, if you think the show is primarily a game show, I guess you could be right, but in my opinion, it was mostly the comedy of Groucho Marx. The ad-libbing of this man was completely genius, and it was what made the show so popular. Most shows, I would say, if you last 4 to 5 years, you're pretty much considered a success because you were renewed 4 times, 5 times, and so forth. You have to be renewed every year, and the thing is, so many shows get canceled these days. The fact that this show went on for so long and didn't get quote-unquote boring, I think was really amazing, and it did very, very well. Now, did you yourself know about these child stars appearing on this show? Let me know if you want to see more game shows that I can cover, more classic game shows, or even more You Bet Your Life. Let me know by subscribing, and most importantly, hitting that thumbs up icon as well. And if you subscribe, hit the bell icon next to it, and that'll announce and let you know when I post a new video, so you won't miss anything cool. We'll see you next time, guys and gals, and most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you so much to all my supporters on Patreon, especially my Diamond tier patrons: Tommy G, Citizen Kane 359, Grace U, Sally N, David D, and Ricky. You can find exclusive content on Patreon at different tiers. Go ahead and check it out, and thank you so much.